We now move on to the third topic. The third topic is finding limits of polynomial, rational, and trigonometric functions using theorems. But this topic can be easily solved in calculator, and since it falls in MCQ part, that is question 1 to 15, I will solve it directly using calculator now. Your problems might arise like this. All you need is a scientific calculator, no need of writing anything. We can use this. Now, initially you might seem the direct method, the solving method is so easier than calculator method. But I'll tell you, if you learn the calculator method, it can be solved, it can be used to solve any of the problem. So let me take out the calculator. Now, all you need to do is the best and the easy way would be type this out entirely. Okay, this type this equation. Now this is a polynomial equation, so that it is continuous everywhere. You can just substitute the value, but instead of that, let's type it out. Alpha x, sorry, it's over here, alpha x squared minus 3x plus 1. And now what you need to do is remember to check. See, they have told indicated limit if it exists. That means you need to check for the left side limit and the right side limit. What does that mean? That means, say for example, this example, limit x tends to 0 from the left side and limit as x tends to 0 from the right side. Okay, these two conditions must be met. They must be equal. Then you can tell that is the answer. Now also there would be another thing, that is f of this particular x value, but this will be true in all these cases, so no worries. So all you need to do is just focus on this much. Okay, and then that indicates whether the limit exists or no. Okay, so now what we do is we just substitute. I'll just erase this one, and now here you've done the x part, right? You have put all the given equation, given function over here. Now press calc. What does that calc do is it will allow you to put any value for x and calculate. That is calc. Now it is 0 in this case because it's polynomial. It's fine to put 0, but otherwise you should not put 0. What you need to do is you should put a value which is left of 0, that is very close to 0 in the number line. If this is 0, this is 1, this is negative 1. What is very close to 0? Not negative 1.5, not positive 1.5. You can say 1.1 is very close, but oh, I'm so sorry, it is 0.5, 0.1. Here, the closest value would be something like 0.0001, isn't it? Same way, left side would be negative 0.0001. So select one of those values. I will put calc, since I'm starting from the left side, I'll put negative 0.0001. Okay, press equal to. What's the answer? It is almost 1. It's 1.00. Just consider the whole number 1. Now press calc. Do it from the right side. 1.00. Sorry, it's 0.001. It's just 0.001. And what's the answer? You got 0.999, which almost corresponds to 1. And so you can see the answer is 1. But since it's polynomial, you can directly substitute and still get the answer. It's fine, but not in other cases. Let's do the same method everywhere now. All you need to do is put this equation. This is a cube root. So you can either use shift and this symbol, or since it's cube, power 3 is already directly available. Shift and this symbol. Now you need to press 2 alpha x plus 1. And what do? Calc. Instead of 2, take two values which are very close to 2. So if it's 2, the closest values to 2 would be, from the left side would be 1.999 and from the right side would be 2.001. Okay, so these are the two very close values. And now just press calc. I pressed already calc. What is the x value? It's asking me what is the x value. Let me start with 1.999. What is the answer? It's 1.709. Let me check the right side as well. Calc 2.0001. It's the same thing. But what if this particular option is not there? Your option like this. Don't worry. Now this, it's very, there is one way. think so it might work by pressing calc, and you need to press like 1 point, a lot of nines. In sometimes you get it as fractions sometimes, but in this case it's not going to be. So what you do over here is you should write this number down. Say write it just over here, 1.7099. Don't think your answer is wrong. Your answer is correct, but just that it's not in the correct form. What you can do is solve all the four options. Use this shift 3 and now 5. What is the answer of that? Cube root of 5. It is the same thing, 1.709975 and so on. You will get the exact same value, but you won't get it in terms of radical form. You will get as decimal. So write the answer and check all the four options. One of the option will definitely match, and that's your answer. Now let's do the same thing here. Type this cos inverse, shift and cos. Now what about x, alpha x square, and then close the bracket. Look, the square is inside the bracket. Now if you press calc, I will get wrong answer directly because it's in degrees. So change it to radian, shift 4 and mode and 4. Now it's in radian. Press calc. Don't go to 0. Take a value which is very close to 0. That is negative 0.001. It's 1.5707. You might recognize this value directly. 1.57 is pi by 2. Okay. And now let's take another value that's positive. That is 0. You can take many zeros, and that time sometimes it will show as pi itself. Okay. So you can see it's half pi or pi by 2. So the answer over here must be pi by 2. Similarly, you can do this one. All you need to do is type this equation as it is, alpha x minus 5 divided by alpha x squared plus 4, and then calc at which is close to 2. You have here 1.999, and that is negative 0.375, and also do right side 0, sorry, not 0, calc at 2.00001, and you're getting, okay, what did we get? Did we get the same value? Let me just double check. Oh, it's negative 0.375. Let me press calc and go to the left side, 1.99999. And yes, we are getting negative 3. I thought it was positive in the first case. Both the cases, it's negative itself. Yes, it exists, and the answer is, now again here, we don't have the fraction. We have negative 0.375. What you do is write this out down somewhere and then check for the answers, all the options. Negative, it's the same. Just check for the 3.75. We know it's one of the negative answers. Just 3 divided by 8 must be 0.375. And that's the correct answer. So that's how we choose it. Now, I'm sure you know this by now. You can try the remaining problem by yourself. It's the same thing till the 28th problem. So you can stop watching the video now and you can just pause the video and solve these by yourselves using your calculator and check the answers. Also, I've already told in the first introduction video, you can get the presentation from the link over there. You can check the presentation from the link, download it, and try to, go solve all these problems. The answers are there, but you can just check for the questions. Just look at the question, try solving it by yourself. Now, I will be solving all the 28 problems, but it is not recommended for you to just watch. If you have already understood, solve them by yourselves. Now, we will continue over here. The fifth question, limit is 3. So what do you need to do? First thing, I will write this x value down, 3, and it goes, what's the closest value? It's 2.999 and 3.001. All that requires over here is substituting this value. It is alpha x squared minus x, that is over here, and minus 6 divided by alpha x minus 3. Now you need to press calc and type in 2.999, and the value is very close to 5, so I'll just consider it 5. But let me check it on the other side as well. And yes, it is 5.001, that is 5. So the answer is 5 here. Let me just write it out here. The limit would be equal to 5. Both the sides must exist. Both the sides, sorry, must be equal. Only then you get the answer. Here also, let's do this quickly. Here we have, I'll just change this. It's plus 2, that is, sorry, alpha x squared minus 3x. Let me change the above as well. It's minus 2 and this will be plus. Just be careful when you change. What I did was just to save time, but it's just that me being lazy, I just wanted to change it rather than type it out entirely. So be careful, double check it in your exam. If you're doing that, just double check it and make sure you're getting it correct. um, Now what you need to do is see what is 1. How can you write 1? You can write it, the closest value would be 0.999 and 1.001. And here, calc 0.999. What's the answer? It's negative 3. And let's check the other value as well, 1.001. Yes, it is negative 3 itself. So that's the answer. The answer over here is negative 3. Here again it's 2, so 2 would correspond to 1.999, that's the lower value, and 2.001. Now remember, when it is 0, it will be negative 0.001 and 0.001, which is positive. Only when it is 0, you get negative and positive, because it's in the middle, it's neutral, right? It's in the middle, left side, right side. But all the others, you will have 0.99 or 1.999, and one more will be 001, because only 0, it will be 0.001 and negative and positive. That's it. So over here, all you do is substitute again. So it is minus alpha x squared, down it is x squared minus 4. So all you need to do is put this as 4. Now calculate at 1.999 and the answer is 0.75. And same thing, do it over here. Calc 2.0001. See, the answer is 0.75. So very close to 0.75. If you put more zeros or more nines, you will get 3 by 4. The answer over here is 3/4. Same thing, let's do the last one as well. I'll erase it. All you need to do is type it out as it is. X cube minus 1 divided by alpha x squared plus 2x minus 3. Make sure you type it correctly. If you do even a silly mistake, say minus to plus, then the answer will be entirely wrong. Now then, calculate at 0.99, 0.999, and calculate, it's again 0.75 here, and calculate at 1.0. I'll increase the number of zeros here, so I'll get 3 by 4. So that's the answers. Both are 3 by 4. You can see it's 5, 3, negative 3, sorry, here, 3/4, 3/4. Similarly, we will go to trigonometric functions now. Again, if you have understood it thoroughly, please move on and try to do by yourselves. Otherwise, you can continue watching. I will start directly substituting in the calculator now. Here we have sine and tan. Doesn't matter. It's already in radians, so I will just use sine alpha x, close the bracket, tan alpha x, close the bracket. If you don't close the bracket, it'll be an error, syntax error. Now calculate at 0.001. Let me start with negative sign, negative 0.001. The answer is almost 1. And let me calculate it at 0.0001, positive. It's 1 itself. So the answer over here is 1. Next, we come over here with tan x by x. So again, tan x, alpha x, close the bracket, divided by alpha x. Calculate at negative 0.0001. The answer is 1. And calculate, sorry, I took it off. Let me just put it out again. Alpha x, close the bracket, alpha x. And now do calc 0. We did negative, so I'll do positive now. It's 1. So this is also 1. Let me try this below 1. Doesn't matter how scary looking these equations are. All you need to do is just substitute them as it is. Everything is available in the scientific calculator. X multiplied by e, it's shift and ln, natural logarithm, to the power negative 2 alpha x plus 1, sorry, alpha x plus 1. And now you need to go to the denominator, alpha x square plus x. Okay, what next? That's done. Let us quickly check the calculate at negative 0.0001. The answer is 2.71. Can anyone think of what is this number corresponding to? Sure, some of you have told it in your mind. It is Euler's number, and that is correct. Let's see, 0.000, many zeros and 1. This is the Euler's number. It's 2.7182a. It goes on. See, this is E. So when I look at it, I realize it's Euler's number. How do you check? You don't have this value, so you can just put alpha and this symbol E and check that is 2.71828818, and it goes on. So that is E value. Now, what about this problem? Here, we do not have cosecant, isn't it? What to do now? In such cases, it's very simple. All you need to do is type whatever is easily typable, that is alpha x squared, multiplied with, we know cosecant, that is cosecant, sorry, let me write over here, cosecant is reciprocal to what? It's a reciprocal of, that is equal to 1 by sine x. If it is c, it is reciprocal with s. If it was secant, it is reciprocal of 1 by cos x. So that's the thing. Now all you need to do is 1 divided by, instead of cosecant, put sine x. That's it. Now this is very important where it is squared. Look at this. This square is for the trigonometric function. It's not to the x. This means you need to put the bracket around the entire trigonometric function. Say sine x, then use the brackets and then square it up. This is how we write this out. Now calculate, it's in radian mode, so calculate at negative 0.0001. What's the answer? It's 1. Let me calculate it at positive 0.0001, and again it is 1, so that is the answer. So it's very, very simple. You should just remember what is cosecant. Cosecant is 1 by sine. Then all you need to do is put it out in the calculator and solve it. If it was cotan, then it was 1 by tan. If it was secant, then 1 by cos. That is it. And the square is for trigonometric function, so it will be for the entire term. Now we have more problems. Again, I will repeat. If you know this topic, please stop over here, do it by yourselves. You can see this. You can just forward the video. But if you are still confused, then do keep watching it. All we need is the calculators. Just type it out. Square root alpha x plus 4 and take it out, minus 2 divided by alpha x. Now here calculate at x 0.0001. Let me start with always minus. I like to go from the left side to the right side. It's 0.25, it's a quarter. Now let me start take the positive value 0. Also you can directly do 1 into 10 to the power a few, sorry, it should be 0. Okay, 0.1. No, just ignore what I told. What I meant to say is you can use this over here, 1 into 10 to the power minus 5, okay? But if you're getting confused, I just now got confused. I'm sure some of the students might get confused. You can use it if you're very confident with the scientific numbers. It's very easier, But otherwise, you can just type it out, 0.000. And now here you go, it's 1/4. Let's do the right side as well directly. Type it out, 2 alpha x divided by 3 minus square root alpha x plus 9. And now what you need to do is calc at 0.00. Again, I forgot the minus sign. You can do even the first positive one. Let's just do this first. It is how much? It is 12, minus 12. Don't forget the negative sign. And now we will do from the left side. Calc minus 0.00001. And it is minus 11.9. And that's negative 12 itself. So here we got 1/4, here we got -12. More problems, I'm sure you must be used to it now. I will just do till the 28th problem. If you're thorough with it, please do skip it up and start solving by yourself. It's alpha x by root x. Okay, I've pressed two roots, sorry for that. It's only 1 root x minus 1. Here calc 1 will be 0.999. The answer is 2 because I can easily see it's 2. And then now calc 1.001. What is the answer here? It's again 2. 1.99 and 2 are the same thing. Let's do the right side one. It's alpha x cube minus 64 divided by x minus 4. And now you should just do calc at 3.9999 and the answer is 48. Let's do calc at positive value, that is 4.00001, and yes, it's same answer, 48. So both the answers exist. It's 2 and 48. I hope you are well used to it now. Let's do it over here. Use the brackets. However is the question, type it out exactly like it is. Alpha x minus 1 minus over here now 2 divided by alpha x squared minus 1. Now close the bracket here. Calculate at 0.999. The answer is 0.5. That's 1 by 2 half. Let's check the other side as well. 1.00001. Okay, what happened? Calc 1.0001. Okay, it's 0.5. I don't know what happened. Maybe a lot of zeros will not give you the correct answer as well. Let's just check this out. Yes, it's half. So just be careful. Let's just try it again. Why didn't it show up just now? Okay, see, that's the thing. Don't put a lot of zeros. So start with, limited amount of zeros, check it, and then you can extend it. But anyways, the answer is 0.499. That's 0.5, which is corresponding to half. Let's try over here the next problem. 2 by alpha x minus 2 divided by magnitude x. Now, how do you get this magnitude symbol? That's absolute value. That's shift and this symbol over here, okay? Shift and HYP will give you absolute ABS. That is the absolute value, 2 lines, alpha x. Now, everything is there. So all you need to do is calc at negative 0.0001. What's the answer? Negative 4000. Okay, this is going to be negative infinity. Let's try the other side now. Calc at positive 0.001. It's going to be 0. Okay. Oh, wait. It's undefined over here. Okay, why did I... it's basically undefined. See now over here, what happens? Sorry, no. I just got confused again. Let me just try it again. 0.001. What is the answer? It's 0. Let me try it at the negative 0.01. Okay. At one side it goes to negative infinity, one more side it's going to 0. This is undefined. You can see the limit from the right is 0, but from the limit left does not exist. Why? Because it's negative infinity, right? It's undefined. Okay, that's the thing. Only when the limits are same on both the sides, that will exist. In this case, it did not exist. Now let's try this one as well. 1 minus shift and this natural logarithm symbol, power 2 alpha x divided by 1 minus e to the power x. And x value is what? 0.001. I'm doing the positive side first. It's 2. Let me calculate at negative 0.001. And again, it's 2. 1.99 is corresponding to 2. So the answer is 2 here. Very straightforward. Now we will do these problems. Here again, all you do is press this symbol, shift and this HYP, and you're getting it. Alpha x and close the brackets divided by alpha x. What about now? You need to press calc and 0.001. The answer is 1. Now Okay, which side did I do? It's positive I did. Let's do negative 0.00. Okay, in the negative, it's going to be negative, I believe. Yeah, it's not going to be same. It's negative 1. Why? Because look here, it's 0. So minus and plus, this will be changed, right? It'll be minus plus. But up over here, what happens? It's going to be a plus all the time. Because this absolute means even if it's a negative value, it will be positive answer. So over here, it's minus 1 plus 1. So limit does not exist. See, this property of absolute value is if you have any value, it's the same answer. But if you have a negative answer also, it's the same thing. It's just the distance of that value. It's the quantity. They don't consider the sign. So therefore here the limit does not exist. You can see it's left and right. It's not equal. So therefore limit does not exist. Now we have a piecewise equation. I hope you remember this piecewise. What do we do here? Here it's 2. It's defined and they're asking us to define it at 2, right? Find the limit at 2. So don't use the method we just now did. You can, but it's just that it's very simple because there are two different equations. You're not going to use the same equation both the time, sorry. Here, when it's less left side, I'll write it out over here. When you're finding limit as x tends to 2 from the negative side of f of x, you need to use which equation? This equation, 2 into x. When you're finding the limit of x as it tends to 2 positive from the positive side of f of x, then you have to use the second equation, x squared. Is that okay? So now what I do is I will substitute 2 into x value is 2 itself. I know this is a polynomial, it's defined everywhere. So even if I put this value, you're not going to get an undefined answer. It's 4. The first is 4. What about the second one? Square is also the same thing, right? 2 squared is 4. Yes, the limit exists. So this is the answer. Now, if you're wondering, why do I not put the value directly of x value and find it out? Let me show you. Look at this example. It is sine alpha x. Instead of shift modulus 0, instead of x I'll put 0 because that's what they asked. Let me close the bracket, divided by 0. Now look over here, if you're dividing anything by 0, it's infinity or undefined. So you're not going to get the answer. But if I just change it to near value to 0, 0.001, and same thing up above, 0.001, you're getting some value. So this is the reason we take limits which is very close. This means x approaches 0, but it's not equal to 0. It's very, very close to 0. Okay. If it's negative over here, means it's from the left side, positive is from the right side. Again, few more piecewise equations. Let's quickly solve them up. I'll directly solve them now. It's at -1. So just substitute this -1 over here first. It'll be -1 instead of x, it's -1 squared plus 1. You can definitely do x squared plus 1 and calc and do it. But since we are not going to change this value, we are not going to use this value again, I directly substitute -1. The answer is 2 here. What about the second thing? When I look at it, I can see it's going to be a negative answer. It's not the same, but because this minus, so it'll be 2 into -1 plus 1. The answer is -2. It does not exist. Above was positive because there was square. The negative sign dissolves. Now let's think of the next problem. It's at -1. Again, it's simple, straightforward. When it is less than 1, all you do is 2 into -1 plus 1. It's a good habit to put the brackets, but I know it's going to work over there because it's everything, right? So, but anyways, it's a good habit to put the brackets. From x over here, this is the thing. -1 is the answer over here. When it's greater than -1, it's 3. Can you see over here? So it does not exist over here also. Why? Because we found the answer over here was -1. But what is it from the right side? That means it's greater than, x is greater than -1. Your answer is defined. You don't have to substitute. It's already told it's 3. So at left side it's -1. Right side it's 3. It does not exist because these are not same. Don't be confused. Don't think, oh, okay, this is the equation, right? No, this is not. Look, they are asking at x of -1. So be careful. This is -1. This is plus 1. So you need to take minus 1 and minus 1. These two equations only. Now we move on to the 24th problem. Take out your calculators and let's try this. So here again it's at 1. Now let's see where is 1 exactly at this point. At 1 it is 3. At the left side of 1, see, x is less than 1. That means you have to use this equation. One answer is 3. What about the right side? The right side of 1 is this equation. It will be 2 into 1 plus 1. It's 3. It's defined. Yes, this is correct. The limit over here is 3. See both the cases. 3 is given, but 1 more 3. It's 2x plus 1, where x is 1. It'll be 3. Now the next one over here, just that they have changed instead of x as h. Doesn't matter. All you need to do is type it out. Instead of h, you don't have the h symbol in this calculator. You just use it as a variable x. Okay, it's 2 plus alpha x whole square minus 4 divided by alpha x. And now calculate at 0.0001. I'm doing the positive side first. It's 4. Now let me do the negative 0.001. Sorry, it's 0.001. It's 3.999, which is also 4. So yes, the value exists over there. Let me try the next one. It is 1 plus x, the whole cube, minus 1 divided by alpha x. Calculate at, you can't directly substitute 0, it will be undefined. So we calculate at 0 minus 0.0001. The answer is 3, nearly close to 3. Let me calculate at positive side. The answer is again 3. So yes, the exists over here was 4, over here is 3. Okay. Now, next one again, last two ones, we'll directly do them. Sine alpha x square minus 4, close the bracket. Important to open and close the bracket properly. That is very, very crucial. And now this is the substitutions. Now all you need to do is calculate at 1.999, because 2 is very close to 1.999. We are getting 1 as the answer. And calculate at 2.0001. Again, we are getting 1 as the answer. Yes, this limit exists at 1. The last problem in this topic number 3, it's tan x, that is alpha x, divided by phi alpha x. And now what we do is just substitute instead of 0 as 0.0001, and the answer is 0.2. Let me substitute again over here as negative 0.0001, and the answer is negative 2. So here it was 1, here it's 1/5. 1/5 is 0.2, and that's how we solve these problems. All the problems are explained in detail. I mean, sorry, not in detail, the calculator method. Since it is falling under the 15th topic, we can use the calculator directly and choose the correct answers. You will have 4 options, choose the correct one. Please do try to practice more problems on yourself without help and then check for the answers. And if you have any doubts, do ask them in the comments. I'll try to get back to you soon.